Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome one and all to the monthly meeting. So the procedure will be, we'll give out just a quick rundown for those who haven't been to many AGMs. We'll be running the start as just a normal monthly meeting, and then we'll close the monthly meeting temporarily, suspend the monthly meeting, then we'll get into the AGM. Do we have any visitors in the room for tonight? There's one. Okay, so firstly, welcome. Can you tell us your name and most importantly, what's your job?
Yeah, Andrew Norman. So Charles' the son, drive a Land Cruiser 80 series.
80 series, only the best will do. Thank you very much and welcome. All right, now moving on through to the President's Report. I'm sure you've all read the President's Report in the magazine, haven't you? Yes, everyone. I'd like to just quickly, as well as that, take the opportunity to thank a few people. Could the committee be upstanding, those members of the committee? I'd like to personally thank each and every one of our committee members. And finally, subcommittee members. Can we have all subcommittee coordinators and members please be upstanding? There's got to be a few of you. Thanks to all of you. I mean, these are the ladies and gents that are providing the services to members. They're the ones at the coalface. So we owe them a debt of gratitude. Now, on to some fun stuff. I have some badges to present. Now, I haven't seen this gentleman here tonight, Graham Cahill. Not that Graham Cahill. The other Graham Cahill. Though I have seen photos of them together. I was wondering if they were the same person. No, Graham, well, I'm sure Graham's out there joining us on Facebook or Zoom. Graham, congratulations, 40 years in the club. Absolutely fantastic. Now I have another couple that I'd like to present. Margaret and Charles Norman, 40 years in the club as well. Yes, come on, Charles.
That one, so.
Okay. Harold and, sorry, what names were?
Glenda.
Oh, Glenda. Yeah, no worries. And yes, congratulations to those two. Oh, they are here. Oh, be upstanding. We have to get the badges though.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Congratulations on 40 years. Now I have one more final one to hand over, and this one's a big one. This is 50 years. Half a century, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not even that old. Okay. I'm giving it a very good shake though, let me tell you. So without further ado now, unfortunately, this badge is stuck in the post, but that's all right. I have something bigger than a badge. Congratulations to Graham and Barbara Wilson. Yep. And of course, that is member number one. All right, now moving on from there, we'll now at this stage suspend the monthly meeting and open the AGM. Now, I'd like to make a few acknowledgements. Firstly, can the life members be upstanding, please, those who are with us tonight? So welcome all. Now, honorary members, of course, we have two honorary members. We have Clive Blakely and Ross McClure. So they're Clive was instrumental in obtaining the frame for the Ark Hilton, and Ross is, of course, the club solicitor. Now back to the fun stuff. Life membership awards. Okay. It's a big deal to be recognised, well, I think it is, as a life member. And I don't think I'd get anyone disagreeing in the room. You're recognising many years of varied service to the club, all voluntary, of course, and it's the highest award we have. Now we have two sets of nominations tonight. We have Barb and Tony Bryant, and we have Laurie and his beloved Heidi, who's been nominated by Eric. So we're going to have a couple of people to come up and speak. And first, I'd like to welcome to the stand Sandra Tanner.
It's with the greatest pleasure that tonight I have the privilege to nominate both Tony and Barbara Bryant for life membership of our club. Their dedication and exceptional service makes them truly deserving of this honour. In support of the nomination, the committee has been presented with far in excess of the required 10% of the total membership signatures in writing and details of both members' outstanding service to the club and four-wheel driving in general. I would like to share with you now details of their service. Tony and Barbara joined the TLCCV on the 21st of April 1999 following a move from Sydney, where they were also members of the TLCC New South Wales. Shortly after, commenced a long and enduring commitment to the furtherance of the club through their unwavering involvement in all manner of club activities that continues today. Over 24 years, they have as a couple contributed an enormous amount of time and energy to the club, both having held multiple committee and subcommittee positions, as well as helping out with many other tasks. Tony has held the position of Vice President on 2 occasions, President twice, Assistant Treasurer twice, 4 terms as Treasurer, utilising his considerable accounting skills for the club's benefit. Tony has also been a delegate to 4-Wheel Drive Victoria since 2012. Tony organised Cruisacana for 7 years after understudying with Aussie D. Simone for 2 years. This was an all-encompassing task, as anyone that has been involved in Cruisacana would appreciate. Since 2014, Tony has been on the driver awareness team and also a club trip leader with Barbara. Barbara has held the position of Assistant Secretary on 4 occasions and the demanding role of Secretary for a further 3 terms. Barbara has been the club's membership officer since 2006 and over 17 years has maintained the club's membership records, issuing renewal notices, ordering member badges and certificates, and keeping track of new member required tasks before full membership. This is a time-consuming job, but one that Barbara takes within her stride and with great ease. Tony's commitment to Cruisacana saw Barb also offer her services to Cruisacana, catering for 7 years, and her culinary expertise has also been utilised at various social events where it has been much appreciated. Barbara is also a valued member of the 50th anniversary subcommittee and undertook many tasks that ensured the success of the event at Mount Beauty, along with controlling orders for merchandise and valued advice on other anniversary matters. Both Barbara and Tony were important contributors in marketing activities with last year's Toyota Australia event at Yark and in planning potential future activities. Both are currently involved in the organising of the 2025 National Gathering. Barbara is also very involved with the club's Stitch and Bitch group. There is no doubt that the partnership of Tony and Barbara with TLCCV is long and enduring, with their enthusiasm and service over 24 years so far, unwavering, with their involvement ranging from the responsibility of undertaking important committee positions to participation in driver awareness training, membership coordination, social activities, Cruisacana, marketing and giving freely of their knowledge and expertise when asked. It is therefore with pride that I commend to the membership this nomination for life membership, as their contribution to our club has been outstanding.
The motion being those in favour of the life membership for Tony and Barbara Bryant. Those in favour? I'd like to announce, Tony and Barb, congratulations, life members. Well done. Unaccustomed as I am to speaking. Thank you everybody for your support, and for those that didn't, I can understand that. No, it's a great honour. Thank you, the people behind putting us up. We don't expect anything. We do this because we enjoy working with the club and all your members. I mean, every club has its ups and downs, and you go through rough stages, but overall we're a fantastic club, got a lot of things to offer, and there's a lot of great people. So it's a great honour to be awarded life membership for the club. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, everybody. Look, we really do enjoy the club, and yes, it does have its ups and downs, but everybody's different. We all have our own opinions, and so long as we listen and take it on board and work from that, we'll be fine, and we'll keep being a strong club. So thank you very much, everybody. Much appreciated.
Right, on to the next nomination. Now, the next nomination is Laurie and Heidi. Laurie Miles, of course, our webmaster, and Heidi, who's the actual webmaster, but not by name. Eric Bishop has sponsored.
When I first joined the club, I couldn't get on a trip for love or money. For the first 12 months I was in the club, I thought, that's it. I'm out of here. This club's of no value to me. And I happened to mention that to Laurie one day, and he said, I've got a vacancy on one of my trips. Come with me. Right. And I turned up I was working at Sale RAF base at the time, and I turned up in the middle of the Avon River somewhere in the middle of the dust and bush and that, in a black suit and shirt and tie. And he looked at me and said, I think we're a bit underdressed. So anyway, these two people have been involved with practically everybody in the club in some form or another taking people on trips, training people. Oz Explorer, I learnt off Laurie. And every time I want advice or help, he's available 7 days a week. Now, for volunteers in the club that are available 7 days a week, often is just not done.
And now he's got Starling.
So I'll just go through the details. Laurie and Heidi joined the club in 1996 and have been continuous members ever since. Their first managed trip after completing the club leadership course was in 1997. They have run the South Australia Victoria border track trip since 98 on some 20 occasions. I've been on that trip with them. 2004, Laurie started running Oz Explorer courses and Filmora video editing programs, resulting in some fabulous videos at the club meeting. So not only does he do trips, he's also helped people in putting their trip videos together and giving people the expertise of his own expertise as to how to do it properly and so forth. And we've seen a lot of them over the years. In 2001, they worked overseas for 18 months, and halfway through this stint, they came home for Christmas and ran 2 trips. In their holiday, they went to Finland, and in the period of time they come home, they ran 2 trips during their 4-week holiday, and that shows commitment to the club. Now, this might sound like something that Laurie's given me, but I sat down with him and interviewed him. And Heidi, she does a lot of work in the background. Yeah. 2002, Laurie was approached to edit Club magazine. However, both he and Heidi had a bigger passion for the club website, because Heidi is I think she's a computer engineer or a scientist of some sort. Yeah. Sorry? Software. Yeah. So in 2003, Laurie became the webmaster. And I remember that because that's around the time I joined the club. I've been in the club 18 years now. And we've seen them all come and go. And there's been some phenomenal people, and there still is. This is a great club. There's no doubt about it. In 2015, Laurie and Heidi continued to run many trips. And in 2007, they ran their 50th trip, the South Australia Vic Border Track Trip. In 2015, Heidi revamped the club website, including incorporating the membership database. In 2016, the club website, including converting the membership database into Wild Apricot, went live. Huge commitment and cost-saving exercise for the club. And bear in mind, none of this cost the club anything. We didn't have to go to consultants. We didn't have to go to experts. We didn't have to go to anybody, because by and large, this club has got the intelligence to run the country. You know, we've got mammoth experience in this club. You know, early 2015, Laurie was invited to join the committee as vice president. In late 2015, Laurie was elected as club president, which he held for 2 years, and stayed on the committee for 2 more years. Now, love him or hate him, at the end of the day, his heart's in the right place. He's really forged ahead in his own endeavours. In 2019, Heidi joined the Trip Leader Committee, assisting the development of 21 new club trip leaders. She was asked to upgrade the Trip Leader training manuals and collaborated with Laurie to run the online database training component for the new and existing trip leaders. Now, that's a team effort. It's not just Laurie and Heidi. There are others involved as well, as we all know. But the thing is, they threw their shoulder behind the wheel and made it happen. 2021 saw Laurie and Heidi run their 125th trip, including the 20th Vic South Australian border trips. That one keeps coming back around. Hopefully they don't get lost on the next one. Over 27 years in the club, they have won the Trip Leaders Award on 4 occasions. In 2022, Heidi won the Club Woman of the Year Award. Heidi has achieved a very high standard as a respected trainer at 4-Wheel Drive Victoria. Heidi is now a Cert 4 trainer for both proficiency and accredited 4-wheel drive courses. To quote the other trainers, because I went and interviewed the other trainers, I said, is this person who she says she is? And the answer was, she's one of the best in the group. So she doesn't say much, but the attributes that come out from her and the outcome that you get at the end of the day is first class. Laurie has produced Weekend Wrap for 15 continuous years and developed the webinar on Zoom for club meetings, which is what we're enjoying right now, collaborating with a large meeting production team, which is the gang. So all in all, the time span of 27 years since 1996, both Laurie and Heidi have contributed over and above, and these are my words, that which was expected of any member. For Heidi and the webmaster job, he works tirelessly for this club almost 7 days a week. Every time I ring Laurie, if I don't get him, he rings me back. I would urge the committee to strongly support this nomination of 2 highly committed and active members who are totally loyal to the club. Well, that's the committee has done that. And that is just, in my view, is fantastic. With all the differences we have experienced between members in this club, they have put those cultural issues aside and have collaborated to the best of their ability. At all levels with the various committees and activities of the club promotes, such as community recovery, bushfires and floods, Cruisacana. On a lot of the bushfire and flood recovery activities that I've run, Laurie and Heidi have always been there, specifically or particularly if there's a vehicle to drive with a trailer on the back and or anything that's necessary to do something manual that Heidi loves to do. The last one I did was down at Tonnenbach, and Laurie came along with his drone and filmed some of the activities that we were doing and put it up as a movie for the club, as a club thing. I've attached a copy of their CV for members' information and some 60 pages of correspondence collated electronically from 86 members, equally making this requisition. Both Helen and I are convinced that Laurie and Heidi, for all the work on behalf of the club, deserve to be honoured with such an award. Please accept this nomination for the merits of which is identified above, and we look forward to presenting it to the members at the next AGM.
So those for the motion, can you raise your hand, please? Can we get Laurie and Heidi on screen? Laurie, you're on screen, mate. G'day, Heidi. How are you going? I'd like to congratulate both yourself and Heidi on your life membership. Well done and congratulations. Laurie, would you like to say something?
I'm not usually short for words, as you said, Simon.
This is the first. I've never seen this bloke short for words at all.
I think it's really, really nice to hear that people support us in the club. Heidi and I do a lot of work. We don't do it because we're trying to achieve awards. We do it because we love it. And at times we have some pretty vibrant discussions about why we're doing things a particular way, but we usually get it sorted out. We've loved running trips over the 27 years we've been in the club. Absolutely love them. 125 trips.
Heidi's not from Finland.
And Heidi's not from Finland, Eric. Heidi is actually born in Australia. We actually worked in Finland because she used to work for Nokia and took us to Finland to work there we both worked there for 18 months, and we came back halfway through and ran a couple of trips and thoroughly enjoyed doing those as well. Heidi's sitting in the background. As you can see, she's got her leg resting because she just can't have it down or up for too long. And you can see her bike in the corner. Well, she gets on that and pedals a bit every now and then. But I'd like to say thank you very much for honouring us with life membership. Heidi, over to you.
Reiterate Laurie's thanks for life membership. It's a real honour. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I know Heidi's the quiet achiever. She does a heck of a lot of work in the background, and it's work that a very small spectrum of people would actually be able to do. And she's a real asset to the club as far as her technical expertise is concerned. So thank you for that. And Laurie, of course, as well. But she goes above and beyond. So thank you and congratulations. Well done. Are you all familiar with the Val McGurgan Award? So it's awarded to a club member who achieves the most they possibly can out of the club, showing great enthusiasm and support for the club. And it's awarded in the memory of Frank's wife, Val. The words joy of being are on this award. Basically, this is an award for someone we think, and predominantly newer members, who are getting what we consider the most out of the club. They're jumping in, they're having a go. They're not put off, they're just making the most of it they can in the club. So it's my great pleasure to announce the winner of the Val Joy McGurgan Award, Eugene Grift. Yeah. Congratulations, mate. Okay, best club woman. This traditionally goes to a longer term member, a member that has gone above and beyond in every sense of the word, done a variety of roles throughout the club, subcommittees, joined in and just pulled the sleeves up to the elbows and just got in and got stuff done. Well done, Barbara Bryant. I'll tell you what, Barb, you are taking home the chocolates tonight.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done. Now for the lesser of the gender. Because our better three quarters, as we know, run the show. This gentleman has been a great contributor towards the club. He's taken on a variety of roles. He helps out with Yark management. He's helped out with the IT team. He's going to Jerry in just a second. No, okay. He's been part of Cruisacana as a participant and has done extremely well at Cruisacana. He's going to Jerry in just a second. Congratulations to Club Man of the Year, Michael Burke.
Thank you all for those who voted or nominated me. It's a great honour and pleasure. Thank you very much. I get a lot out of the club, both out of it, but I also put in. So it's a great club. Thank you very much.
Trip Leader Award. Absolutely fantastic. Well done. We'll get a couple of photos. Okay. Now, Warren and Anita have only been with us a few short years, but since then they're trip leaders at heart. They get out there and they go forward driving. They've been on trips with me, and they specialise in the remote stuff as well. And they get in and get it done. And the great thing is they're sharing the wealth of knowledge with the club, which is fantastic. Thank you very much. This is presented from Viv Gardner. So on behalf of the Trip Convener Committee, we thank you for your contributions for running trips for the TLCCV members. Trip year 2022 to 2023, Viv Gardner, TLCCV Trip Convener, of course. And this is awarded to Brian and Rita.
We would like to thank all our trip leaders that have run trips for the year. So I'm going to call you up, and if you could come down, and once you've got your certificate, stand over here and we'll grab a photo of all the trip leaders that are here. A quick hand of applause because of these guys. We're all out there having fun on the tracks.
Okay, so next up we have the John Whitney Photographic Award. Now, this is judged by live members. So they, what happens is Sandra Tanner actually organises this one. So the live members are sent a selection of photographs. They don't know who's taken what photograph. The only criteria is it's a club trip or club event or club something or other that the photograph has been taken from. So we do have a video to roll with that one. So when you're ready, Mike and Rob. There was some absolutely fantastic photographs in there. I don't envy the position of the life members having to choose amongst those. A couple of portrait shots as well, which was nice to see, and landscape as well. Absolutely fantastic. Congratulations, Chris. Well done. And a very deserved winner. Well done, mate.
Thank you very much. A really great selection of 45 photographs showing the absolute commitment of so many trip leaders and participants to going out and exploring our wonderful country. I thought the photographs from Western Australia and all over the high country and other places were just outstanding. It's a really great competition and a great showcase of what we do in the club. Thank you very much.
Well done, mate. And he's a multiple award winner as far as the photographic competition is concerned. He's taken home the chockies a number of times. So when you're out there on the next club event or club trip or activity, get snapping. You need some competition. Now, this is a personal favourite of mine because I love this event. And it's great to see that some members, and we have one in the room who's taking a lead. Manda, stick up your hand in the air, Manda. Manda is running the Cruisacana, taking the lead on running the Cruisacana for next year. So absolutely fantastic. This bloke to my left or your right brought home the chockies for the TLCCV at the last Cruisacana, and there was daylight behind him. He was only beaten out by one other competitor. Now, the highest achieving TLCCV member gets the inaugural Bob Hollows Trophy. Now, of course, Bob was a previous member president. Unfortunately, I didn't know Bob, but everyone who does tells me he was an absolutely fantastic bloke. And so this Cruisacana, the top scoring TLCCV member from Cruisacana gets the Bob Hollows Trophy. And of course, that was Mike Burke.
Sorry. Gonna go out and do it again, eh? Thank you all.
President's Award. I get a choice of an award. Now, traditionally, I've noticed that it's been handed to a committee member. You will be happy to know, committee, you're all off the hook. So I'd like to award it to other members. Now, these two members I've been a member of the club for 13 years, and I've known them as contributors right throughout my duration. They've taken on a massive number of roles. And it seems as soon as they finish with one role, they look for something else to do. So I'd like to award this President's Award this year to Liz and John Mills. Congratulations.
This is very much appreciated. We've loved almost 20 years now being in this club. Both of us have enjoyed every minute of everything we've done. So thank you very much.
Okay, so this is parts, ladies and gentlemen, where we move on to the election of the committee for next year. Okay, now being that I'm contesting a position, it's only right for me not to run it. So I'm handing over to our freshly minted life member, Tony Bryant.
Well, as of now, I declare all positions vacant. So we have nominations for a number of roles, and that's a number of nominations for a number of roles. And as a result of that, we're going to need elections. So in line with agreement in prior years, we will announce the number of votes for each of the participants and the winner. Simon Musty, there was 90 votes. And for Peter Birchall, 104. So we declare Peter Birchall the winner and the new president for the next 12 months. All right, Vice President. We have 2 nominations for Vice President, so we need to go through all that again, folks. So for Vice President, with the 2 nominations were Ian Ross and Brad Knight. The results are Brad Knight, 71 votes, Ian Ross, 110 votes. So congratulations, Ian. The next position is Secretary. Okay, so we have 1 nomination for Secretary, and the person is Alison Williams. And there is no other nominations, so she is duly elected. Congratulations. The next position is Treasurer. Okay, we have 1 nomination previously nominated, and that's Marcus Kunith, current incumbent. And so therefore Marcus is elected to the position. Congratulations, Marcus. Okay, the next position is Assistant Secretary. So we had 2 nominations, Angela Tongi and Sandra Waller. The results are Angela Tongi, 53, Sandra Waller, 97. Congratulations, Sandra. Okay, the next position is Assistant Treasurer. There was 2 nominations for Assistant Treasurer, Matthew Lilly and Neil Chambers. The results are Matthew Lilly 75, Neil Chambers 109. So congratulations, Neil Chambers. So we now have committee positions. So the persons that we have are Brad Meacham, Manda Gladstone, Alison Hilton and Eric Bishop. The results are Manda 165, Brad 56, Eric 91 and Alison 32. So the 2 committee members are Manda and Eric. Congratulations. This calls an end to the AGM and we'll resume our monthly meeting. Thank you.
Well, so that's the finish of the AGM, as Tony just said, and we're reopening the meeting. Of course, I'd like to thank our returning officer, Barb Bryant, and helpers David and Michelle down the back there. I'd like to welcome Matt Lilly up here to present the DA report.
All right, evening everyone. Chris Trebl's away on holiday. He's up in sunny Queensland, so he's asked me to present his report. So for the month of July, we had 11 new members attend DA, and we also had 2 existing members do a refresher course. For July 23, we're running the advanced course. We have 8 participants eagerly awaiting to commence the sessions, with the theory being held via Zoom on the 11th of July. So that was a successful session attended by the attendees, by the participants. The advanced practical weekend up at the property will be on the 28th to the 30th of July. There are still plenty of spots for new members to undertake their driver awareness training during the months of September through to November. Dates for the courses are available on the club calendar. So just remember, I know there's a show coming up in August. We generally get a fair bit of recruitment out of the shows. So if you're a new member looking to book your DA, try and get in and get it done before the new members start signing up for it.
Thanks very much, Matt. Next on to, we got education run with Liz.
Hi, everybody. Just a quick thank you to all the people that have run courses for me during the year. Without them, I wouldn't be able to run education. So thank you so much to all of them. They know who they are. Yes, we've had a really good year with lots of different courses running, and I'm hoping to get a whole lot of different ones. Obviously, some of the regular ones next year, and maybe a few different ones we haven't had before, perhaps for next year. Video editing using Fillmore 12. There'll be a Zoom course on Wednesday, the 26th, which is next week, I think it is. There's 13 booked on that. I think he may take a couple more, but anyway, go to the website, have a look. Also on Wednesday, the 13th of September, an Aussie Explorer mapping program course on Zoom. At the moment it's full, but put your name down on a waiting list. You never know, somebody might cancel. Saturday, September the 16th, it's just the one day, 9 a.m. at Yark. We have Kayla Seaborn, who is running a ladies' basic vehicle maintenance course. Come on, ladies. No excuse for saying it's cold in the winter. The vehicle can be run into the MPB, which is fantastic. The fire can be on, so you can be nice and cozy and warm and learn all about underneath your bonnet, underneath the car, wherever else. So book into that one. There's a few places left, so get on to that one. Chainsaw course, that is actually full. I have a couple of people on the waiting list. Stick your name down. As I said before, people do cancel at the last minute. It's on Friday the 20th, Saturday 21st, Sunday the 22nd. The Friday is a 7 p.m. start, and it is compulsory that you are there for that part of it. You must be equipped with Australian standard chainsaw and full PPE, which means helmet with face shield and ear protection, safety glasses, steel-capped or solid work boots, chaps, and appropriate gloves. This is a certificate course covering maintenance and trim and cut. So you will need to pay at least a deposit when you book in, and then there are dates on there when the final amount of money will need to be paid. So at the moment, that's it for this year. As I say, I'm looking for some different things for next year. So that's it for tonight.
Okay, thanks very much, Liz. Next up is trip convener, Sharon McGregor.
Hi, everyone. I have got 2 trips with positions available to join on to at the moment. One is this weekend. It is a Wombat Cuddles. We're leaving Yark at 9 a.m. and we're going up to the Narberview Wildlife Animal Shelter. They have got 25 baby wombats in the house at the moment. Mothers have either died in holes that have been flooded. Apparently all the rain at the moment has caused havoc, accidents, that sort of thing. So there's 25 little baby wombats, lots of cuddles and love is what they're wanting. So anybody that would like to join onto the trip and come up and feed a baby wombat, give it some cuddles. There's also some other jobs and chores around that they would like some help with. Things like they've got 11 large wombats out in the shelters and they'd like a bit of a hand out there, changing the feed and filling up water and, bring along a shovel so that you can help clean out the shelters. On Saturday, the 12th of August, there will be a trip snow play in the Rubicon, take 2, because the trip that we just did on the weekend, there was no snow. We were on tracks that were 1,000 metres above sea level, 1,300 metres above sea level, and there was no sign of snow. So we're going to be rerunning that trip in August, where we've got a much higher chance of snow. So if anyone had trip envy, looking at all the photos, and would like to join onto that trip, please go onto the website and sign up. So there's 2 trips with vacancies, one for this Saturday, one for the 12th of August. Come out and have some fun.
Next up, John Mills about the national gathering. So I'd like to welcome John Mills up.
We've got to the stage now where just about all our task groups have now appointed a 2IC, and that's good. That shows that we have some robustness in the sense of anything goes wrong, we've got someone else we can fall back on. Marketing, as you've probably seen from last month, is forging ahead. We are now to the point where we have 47 people showing interest from WA to come. So just beware of that. This could be big, and this is our gig. It belongs to every single one of us who are members of this club.
So I'd like to welcome up to the front Alison Williams to talk about Geelong and special events.
Thanks, everybody. We've had another very productive year. We've seen quite a few new members join us and some old faces return. A year of great guest speakers, including our members giving reports on their club trips. Sausage sizzle and meeting at the ARB Geelong store. ARB very generously donated a compressor as a door prize, and Brad, you won that, didn't you? Yeah, well done. And also had some great specials available to us all on the night. Full Bore Automotive, who also have a store here in Melbourne, in Kelsife. They were great guest speakers. It was very, very interesting. DXP Fuel Systems, who are coming next month here. James Witts, he came along with some samples, or not really samples because we bought them. And we've trialled his products, and many of us do think it's very positive, although it is kind of hard. But going up to Yark, I got just on 4 in the Mondeo, and I used to get 4.5. So that was with it. So might make a big difference for a fuel guzzling V8. A members night where we discussed all of our local respected and trusted suppliers and repairers, and some great ideas from members for their vehicle fit out. And that was really well received because it's passing on good people, which is hard to find. Great meals out together. Sunday lunch at One Day Estate, a Christmas barbecue at Bunjil Lookout in Maud, where we experienced all seasons within a few hours. There was a little mini cyclone. Mavs Creek Restaurant, Tandoori Indian, a barbecue and walk to Lake Elizabeth in the Otways. We had a familiarisation session of our branch defibrillator with Dr. Matthew, and many of you know that, Matthew Bennett. He came along and did a demo for us. And this goes out to all of our activities along with our branch first aid kit, so you'll all be safe. Our meeting's casual and fun, and everyone is very warmly welcome. So please don't hesitate to join us anytime on one of our socials, or just pop on in for a meeting. For special events, I've been going through a roster to help Steve because he's up north of Western Australia. The roster is available to log on online. So we have 14 people currently, and I'd love another 10 to make it available to everyone who to go and do some shopping.
Now, next up, Yark Management, Brian Stewart. Welcome, Brian.
Yeah, this weekend we're looking for a few people to come up there, and they might just spend a bit of time around the fire and have an enjoyable weekend. But there's still a bit of work to be done. We brought in a whole lot of timber last time, and it needs splitting and stacking, and pumping water and cleaning gutters and drains. And there's a couple of guys here who really enjoyed the drains last time. And they might want to get stuck in again. Anyway, come up and enjoy. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Brian. Moving on, next one is social with Grace. I saw Grace in the room before. Oh, Anna. Welcome.
Good evening, everyone. Now, this weekend we are having our Christmas in July, which is the 30th, next weekend, sorry, the 30th of July at 1:30 at the Williamstown Customs House Hotel. It's $55 a head. And thank you everyone for registering. The cut-off point, if you'd like to come, the cut-off point is this weekend. So we'd like to have a few more people if they're interested. It's a 3-course meal and there's entertainment as well. So please get on the website and register, and we'd love to have you come along and have a great day. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much for that. And moving on from there, Eric Bishop, is he still in the room? Oh, there you go. Come on, Eric, come on up. He's going to tell us all about four-wheel drive Vic.
Okay, four-wheel drive Victoria. I hadn't prepared anything except that there's a few things happening in the wings. We're just about ready to get a property that we're going to buy for creating a meeting rooms and club facilities and so forth. That's not far away. We got the government grant back again. We only got half last year and they reneged on another half, but we got our grant back. Only this time it's 100 grand rather than 200. The other issue with God, I'm getting old. I just can't remember the name. Talangi. Yes. I knew. So the only thing that's holding us up getting there, because we're champing at the bit to get trainers in and get people trained up and so forth. The only thing holding us back is some red tape with the government. Now, it's all to do with insurance and stuff like that. Even though it's a quarry, it's been sitting there for forever and a day. We've got sign off from the Murrumbidgee Council. We've got sign off from the Koori mob up at Alexandria. We've got sign off from DCAR, sign off from Parks Victoria. We haven't got sign off from the Environment Department in Spring Street. So, and those wheels are moving forward. They're progressive, but they're not moving very fast. Because our intention was to get in there by the end of the year and start working. And we've already allocated funding for the toilet block and the meeting hall and amenity in the training facility. And we've budgeted for that. Now, someone else the other day, just recently, I think it might have been yesterday, asked me, what does four-wheel drive Victoria do for our four-wheel drive movement? And what I can say is, a lot of us here have been over the border. We've been into the other states. You go into the deserts and so forth, and you've got to buy a Desert Parks pass to go across the Simpson Desert. You've got to buy passes to get into the Kimberley. You've got to buy West Australia sell passes. Queensland to go to Fraser Island. National parks and state parks in Victoria cost nothing. That's one issue that we've gone hell for leather in keeping that situation staying where it is. Four-wheel drive Victoria, Parks and DCAR are the three organisations that advise the minister, and because of that, we're able to keep the tracks open. We're able to keep the parks and not paying fees and so forth. Now, we were at a meeting recently with DCAR about closing some tracks. Now, there's a lot of tracks in the Wombat is the Wombat or the Lerderderg? Yeah, that are not legal tracks. They've been created by persons for their own enjoyment. And they're the ones they're closing down. They're not closing down gazetted tracks, closing down the illegal ones. The other issue is whenever a track is wanted to be closed, DELP and DCAR can't close a track unless we agree to it. Now, what happens is we negotiate with them. They want to close a track, say, up in the Alpine somewhere. that the horses have gone through and done some damage, or there's some lichen and mosses and things that might be damaged and the like, and they want to rest a track, then the first thing we say is, well, what other track are you going to open up in compensation for the one you're closing down? That hasn't happened in the last 18 months, that they want to close a track and rest it or whatever, but that's the approach that we have. So those are the things. That's about it, really.
I'd like to welcome Sandra Tanner up here, who will tell you all about the continuing 50th anniversary.
As you know, we've been talking of having a time capsule up at the property. It has been mentioned before. We have approval from the committee and also from Yark Management. Tony Bryant has met with Brian Stewart, and they've had a look at a spot up at the property where they feel it would be appropriate to put this time capsule. Now, we want you to assist us in getting the hole dug. I don't know how deep it's going to be, because the time capsule will actually be above ground, but we need a concrete slab. Tony's watching me. He'll tell me if I'm wrong. So will Brian. There'll be a concrete slab, the time capsule, and then there'll be a rock cairn on top of that, which will be concreted, and the rock will be coming from the property. Brian assures me there's plenty of rock up there that we can build it up and make it look really nice, and there'll be a plaque. What we want from you people is to offer assistance to get this done, and we would also like people to donate some items that they feel would be appropriate to put in the time capsule. Now, I'll just very quickly finish on a note. Most of you should realise now that today is our birthday. It's officially our birthday today, and I think we should all sing happy birthday. And I think Graham should lead it with Barbara. So could you please come forward? Members number 1, it's our birthday. Let's sing happy birthday for our wonderful club. Come on, Barb. Unless she doesn't want to.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to the club. Happy birthday to you. Hooray!
Thanks for that. All right, so moving on from there. Next up, we have Webmaster Portfolio with Laurie Miles. Life member Laurie Miles.
Good evening, Simon. Not much to say tonight. Just thought I'd put up a picture of Heidi and me trying to get away in our new four-wheel drive caravan. Hopefully that happens in a couple of days. The important thing that happens at this time of year, we get changes of committee people, which means email addresses change. And I just want to let committee people know, during this week, you will have your email addresses changed and access to it, and they will be then given access to the new committee members. As I said, Heidi and I are heading off for about 3 months, travelling north into some warmer weather. And as Simon said earlier, we will be using Starlink. I haven't fired it up yet, but we can fire it up as soon as we hit the tracks. And so therefore, effectively, we'll be in contact no matter where we are. So yes, if you need to contact the webmaster, he is contactable by email or telephone, because the mobile phone works through Starlink as well. And that's all for me.
Just a quick note, a club member of ours on club trip had Starlink and a dingo ate through his cable. David Holtz. Not the baby, the cable. So watch out for your cables with Starlink, especially if you're out back, and the dingo. So next up, Rob LaBersha, talking about Cruisacana. We've got you.
Yeah, so Cruisacana didn't make it this year, unfortunately, but we have a brand new bunch of keen committee members led by Amanda, and we did have a meeting the other day where the previous committee, I won't say old, the previous committee are all passing on their knowledge. We have a massive amount of information stored in the cloud, so we're just in the process of migrating it from Dropbox to OneDrive, just one cloud to another, and then the new committee will have lots of resources to look at. And, as I've said, Amanda, I'm available anytime for any questions, and we'll no doubt look forward to seeing the result. Thank you very much.
Each and every member for attending either electronically or in person tonight. And that brings the end of the meeting. To see you again next month.